What does it mean to have evergreen content, and why is evergreen content good as a content creator? Today we're going to be discussing what evergreen content is, how evergreen content is made, and examples of my channel of such content. I am Gaming Yuki, and today we'll be talking about said content. If you guys enjoyed these stock videos like this, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe and enable notifications as we get ready for more content in the future of this series. So, what does evergreen content refer to? It refers to content that can be used within more than just a year from now. For example, if today is April the 14th, 2022, and some people are looking for something May 14th, 2023, for example, and it's useful, then that is considered to be evergreen content. But what actually qualifies as such content? Evergreen content has to be dealing with something that is number one, informative, number two, useful, and number three, can be used in the future, not just one day from now, 1 year from now, many years into the future. So let's take a look at what qualifies based on my channel right here. So, what qualifies as so-called evergreen material? Let's have a look. Does an upload qualify as evergreen material? Well, depends on what it is. A test video, for example, yesterday, Dolphin Emulator, can qualify as so-called evergreen content if it's done correctly. What is going to qualify for evergreen content though is this: how to change config settings in MelonDS. What is this called? It is a how-to video. What it is a tutorial. What is it for? It's for an emulator called a MelonDS, which I will still use. Okay, that qualifies as totally evergreen content. What about my Moodybot tutorials? Now, except for this one, because this was a little bit messed up because of the internet problems here, everything else is evergreen. Because it's a tutorial, it's explains something. It teaches something. It talks about some subject. And the subject of this one is the tutorial Moodybot in Discord, which allows you to claim characters, how to play the Rocket Casino, everything in that is considered evergreen. Same thing with Rinbot, although there's only 3 videos, it's still considered evergreen because people are still learning what is the Rinbot. It allows you to play this game where you can guess characters or guess an anime based on a picture and you can collect that. So that's considered evergreen. Melon DS is considered a evergreen because it's a tutorial. And pretty recently, as you guys can see here, this has been getting a lot more views recently because this is a brand new emulator that just came out last year. And it just so happens that the first one that I put up on the board is actually getting a lot more views than the rest of these. Now, of course, this one, the change config settings is new, so we'll see how this one goes within a few weeks from now. Does video games qualify as evergreen content? The answer will depend on how you present said video game. You may have noticed that there are 3 live streams on the board. Ignore this one because this was again a mistake on my part because we were testing not mixer but we were testing a software we were testing a software to go live, but these 2 are live. Now it does get some views, but is it really considered evergreen? The answer to this question depends on how you present said content, especially in a video game. If you're just playing a game just to play a game, then the answer is no. If you're presenting a live stream of a game, the answer is depending on how you present the live stream. Are you presenting something where it's informative, or are you presenting something that is entertaining? If you're presenting something that is informative, like how to grab, how to get items, or how to get Richard, or how to beat the childhood arc in 5 minutes, or something in the how-to category, then yes, it is considered evergreen. If you're uploading a video about a video game, how to get said character, how to get the art, how to get Sophie, something in that matter, again, that's evergreen. But if you're just playing to just have fun, that's considered evergreen entertainment, but not really technical evergreen. So be very careful with how you do the live streams if you plan to do evergreen entertainment. Now, VR chat is a very special exception though. This is going to be double. This is going to be considered a evergreen plus concept. The concept of VR chat being an evergreen content relies on how you present VR chat. Like I said with video games, how are you presenting VR chat live to your audience? In my case, I've been presenting it twice, two ways, and technically three ways. I've been presenting this three ways. The first way is obvious. I do these live on Thursdays, starting again next Thursday, by the way. So that's an automatic evergreen because the audience comes through, you get to play with people, you get to have some fun, and yes, Emerald Hunters is still on the way. Second way, I present these highlight videos, if you will, on said content. So Roots and Friends at VR Chat Dunkin' Donuts refers to our VR Chat recent adventure 3 months ago that we went to Dunkin' Donuts, and therefore that part of that VR Chat episode became its own video, and thus it's evergreen. But what's the third way I'm doing this? The third way is something that I have not talked about too much, and that is a channel called Retro Yugi's VR Chat Adventures. Basically, this is an archive channel, not really a channel that I'm going to be focusing on too much, but I'm going to start archiving our VR Chat Adventures in said channel. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to use, use it for something else. I'm actually planning a series in this, but I'm not going to explain that yet for this particular video. And you notice that we have a VR chat coming up on 19th at 5. That's our new season. But again, it's presenting the way you present your content as evergreen. But what about Cry of Fear or Scary Game? Okay, I have some thoughts about this, and that is why I decided to make a channel for spooky games, which we were gonna call Spooky Yuki. And by the way, if you guys know the channel Edgy Gamer, I just rebranded that to Spooky Yuki to make it easy. Can you consider scary games or horror games as a evergreen? Yes and no. The answer to this question relies on how you present it again. But there are two ways you can present scary games. The first way is what I always do, commentary. But does commentary ruin the experience? And I've been wondering to ask you guys that question. Does commentary ruin an experience that is not like a horror game, that is for a horror game? If the answer is yes, then I have a solution for you. That is why I created the Spooky Yuki channel. And you know how I was inspired by? I was inspired by 8SHN, Survivor Horror Network. That's a channel on YouTube that does scary games, but they don't use commentary at all. They don't talk, they just play like normal, but they have something else. They do long plays, and long plays are like you go down to the nitty gritty. You don't just speed run the game, you explore the game. That's their channel, and I'm gonna try to do something similar, but in my own way. But still, can you present scary games in a way that's evergreen? And the answer to that will depend on how you present. The last topic or the last category I have, at least on my channel, here is the reaction videos. Are the reaction videos considered evergreen? Well, that will depend on what you're reacting to, number one, how you present it, number two, what's the subject matter, number three, and number four, what's the presentation value. The recent reaction video had a double play. What I mean by a double play, what I mean is on my channel, if you know my channel well, I've introduced characters, Francis the Fox, Francis the Hedgehog, Amy Rose on VR chat, Luna the Wolf, Francis adopted sister. Any of the characters I played with have appeared on this channel on this contender on the reaction video. But the recent one is the best one out of the bunch. Now, does it mean it's evergreen? Well, it depends on how you're reacting to. In this particular situation, we have an exception to the rule. Because the one we were reacting to is Stevie Arias Sailor Peace. Why am I saying that? For reasons here. It's because of a specific reason. My channel is directly correlated with VR chat, as we've seen here. And it just so happens that Sailor Peace does a lot of VR chat. And what particular character are we talking about? In my channel, Shadina. And what particular character has reacted to this said character? Francis the Fox. And most of the Shadina videos that I have reacted to, or more of the Sailor Peace videos, as I say, that I've been reacting to, have been getting strong views, including the double. This is a double play because I had to do two parts to this one, part one and part two, because it was a little long. 30 plus 13 is going to be 43. So a combined 43. Now these two by itself would be considered evergreen, along with this one evergreen, and most likely the one by Vertura is evergreen, and this one is evergreen. This is the Sonic comic dub by, I'm gonna say, Dark Angel Productions, which I'm gonna react to this summer. This is the big boy right here, another one. Now the question is, will it keep up this summer? The good news is I have 4 channels to react to: Peace, Dark Angel Productions, Gia the Dark Angel, and Vitura, and maybe more if I decide to continue. But the question is, how do you make evergreen content? Well, you're gonna have to structure your videos like that. Can you make it informative? Can you make it useful within the next 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year? For sure, tutorials are on the board. I'm gonna rank them in this way. Tutorials are number 1. Number 2 is any type of experience. So experience referring to VR chat. Like this. This is more considered of an experience. The third type of content that can be considered evergreen is experiences from experiences, or videos from experiences, which is the highlight videos like the one with I said Bruce and Friends at VR chat. At Dunkin' Donuts, VR chat Dunkin' Donut. And finally, number 4, based on how you do it, video games, and number 5 is going to be reaction videos. That's my hierarchy for evergreen content. So make sure you, at least, if you are a content creator and want to start making something for your channel, and depending on your topic or depending on your niche, make sure you start with number 1, what's my target audience? Number 2, who am I going to share my content with? Number 3, can I make it informative or can make it evergreen? Number 4, how else am I going to present said content? Number 5, when am I going to put said content up? Because there's a timing mechanism. All right, so make sure you guys understand this concept of evergreen so that you guys can check out what else you have. And if you guys want to check out the first episode where we talked about the introduction to the series, make sure you guys check out the card or the video here. Until then, my fellow gamers, we'll be back in about a few minutes because we're gonna have some live Fortnite with the boys. So enjoy and have fun.